What is going on, Life Fitness Coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money on the Trainer podcast. It's your boy, Brian Mark. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how I made $908,000 in the month of October. I'm also going to be talking about what I learned, which you might want to see proof. You guys can go to my Instagram. I showed you guys a screenshot of my Stripe account. I also showed you guys a screenshot of my PayPal account. And I did some financial numbers. So I actually broke it down for you guys like step by step. So for the sake of the podcast, I'll break it down. So out of the $908,000 we have about $300,000 in team/employee payouts. You know, these are the coaches that are in our business. These are the sales reps that are in our business. These are the executive leadership team, the operations manager, all the virtual assistants, all the people that help me out with this coaching business. There's about $300,000 per month that we spend on our employees. So that leaves us with $608,000. Now, last month in October, we actually hosted our event. It was at the end of September, but all the expenses from the event came out in October. So we had about $100,000 in event expenses, which left us with $508,000. Now, every month, you know, I do a lot of organic marketing. So you guys see me posting 3 times a day, every day, 7 days a week. You guys also see me doing 5 podcast episodes every week, 5 days a week. So I'm trying to max out on everything. So when I say max out on everything, like I want to push my organic as far as it can possibly go. So that's why I post 3 times a day. And I also want to have a strategy for ads. Now, we spend about $50,000 a month on ads, which is why you guys probably scroll through Instagram. And if you've even looked at my page once, you probably see my ads 2 or 3 times a day. Let me know if that's true. So we spend about $50,000 a month on ads, which keeps us constantly in front of our ideal client, which leaves us with $458,000. Now, our random miscellaneous expenses in the business total out to about $30,000. Like this is stuff like high roast, like anything that we basically need for our coaching business to keep our thing running, like Go High Level, all the softwares that we have in our coaching business and all the little miscellaneous things like buying a new laptop for this employee or whatever ends up totaling out to about $30,000. So that leaves us with $428K. Now, in Canada, this sucks, but this is life. In Canada, everything that you make in profit, you get taxed 27% on. It's like 11% provincial and 16% federal, something like that. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I know it equals out to 27%. And so that means on that $428,000, we actually pay $115,000 in taxes to the government, which leaves us with $312,000. We also in Canada have to pay HST every quarter. So every 4 months, we have to pay HST. And our HST every quarter is about $40,000. We just paid that. So that leaves us with $272,000. Now, Cole and I are 60-40 business partners. So when we make $272,000 in profit, that my split on that is 60, Cole's is 40. So my take home is $163,000 a month. Now, I wanted to share these numbers with you guys and I wanted to break this down for you because I think that there's I just want you guys to know that there's like levels to this shit. Like there's like levels to the game. And I think that a lot of fitness coaches get stuck around the 15 to 20K mark because they don't understand the different levels to the game. And Cole and I were stuck at 300 to 500K for probably a year and a half until we really doubled down on 2 things. And that was leadership and systems. Leadership meant that there's people on our team that were working with us to grow the business and we weren't actually training them properly. Like we weren't spending one-on-one time with them. We weren't having regular scheduled meetings with them. Like we didn't have any structures or policies or procedures in place. Like we didn't have an effective communication cadence. And as a result, our business was just chaos. Because when I was working, it was working. When Cole was working, it was working. But if we wanted to take time off, nobody knew what the fuck to do because we didn't train them properly. And so that's leadership. And I think that played a really big role in our business's growth. And the $900,000 is cool because every month for the last 6 months, it's been $755K, $825K. Last month was $865K. This month is $900K. The trajectory has consistently gone up for the last 6 months. And it's leadership and systems. Now, in terms of systems, what I mean by quote unquote systems is everything in your business that needs to be done by another human is broken down in such a logical and step-by-step format with video training, step-by-step instructions, whatever, that a monkey could pick up the instructions and have a basic understanding of how to do the task. And I think this is where a lot of people really struggle with systems. And it's they can't put their fucking brains together in terms of how to actually train an employee properly, which is why a lot of people struggle to break through that income ceiling. Any coach that's making over $15,000 a month that is plateaued in their income, I guarantee you has a leadership and systems problem. I'm almost 100% certain of it. It's you don't have the right people on your team that can help you with certain tasks. And if you do have them on your team, you're not doing a good enough job at training them at like what your company standards are and then how to actually meet those standards. And finally, the systems that you have in place are not set up so that they can actually be successful without you there. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we've had Cole and I have had like $1 million months. We've had $1.1 million months, but this month I think was the coolest for me because, dude, I traveled like half the month. Like I was gone half the month. Like I was in, I did like a jet set mastermind with Dan Martell. So like I was working maybe an hour a day for a full week. So I was gone for that. I went to Freaky Deaky. So I went to like a music festival and I was literally off my phone for like 3 fucking days. So like there was like 2 weeks in this month where I literally worked like an hour to 2 hours a day and our business still generated $908,000. Like that to me is almost a bigger win than having $1 million month because it's like, I know that my business is now set up for success and it doesn't necessarily rely on my work ethic in order to grow. And that's always what I wanted. Like my core value in life is freedom. Like I just want to be free. I want to be free. And like free doesn't mean just financial. And I think this is where a lot of people get this twisted is because they'll work at making more money. And then when they start making more money, they won't actually invest a little portion of that money to get the right team members in place, which actually buys back their time so that they can do more income generating stuff. Like the reason that my business was able to grow with me only working a couple hours a week for fucking 2 weeks is because I'm very dialed in terms of like, what are the actual needle movers for the business? Like, what do I need to do to actually move the fucking needle? And then I know what I need to do. And then I also have a leadership team of 5 people. I've got somebody that runs my marketing. I've got somebody that runs my sales. I've got somebody that runs my lead gen. I've got somebody that runs my operations and I've got somebody that runs my coaching. So I know what I need to do as the CEO to continue to drive the business. Like my job is like, the vision, the fucking marketing, the fucking ads, all this shit. And then I've also got my leadership team. And then my job is just to lead these people. Like, I just want to teach these people, this is the mission. This is where we're going. This is what I need from you. This is the deadline. And then I just coach them to get it done. So let's go into the top 3 lessons that I've learned from hitting $900,000. And it's been like 750K, 800K, 830K, whatever. And then now it's 900. So the 3 biggest lessons that I've learned growing this business is number 1, you always need a mentor. Always. You always need a mentor and you always need to be in rooms that make you uncomfortable. I think that a lot of people get stuck in their fitness business because they don't want to invest in getting into a bigger room because they don't think that's the solution to their problem. And that's like the furthest thing from the truth. And that's why you're stuck is because you think you don't need to be in a bigger room. But like the reason that my business continues to grow, the reason I continue to get new opportunities, the reason that like my net worth continues to grow is because I always have a mentor. Like I have somebody that's 5 steps ahead of me. And so because I have somebody that's 5 steps ahead of me, like I'm always learning new information. And because I'm always learning new information, I'm able to pass that down to my people. And so you always need a mentor. Like I've got a Lamborghini. I'm really happy about that. My mentor buys a new supercar every month. So it's like, there's like levels to the game, you know, like I feel like I'm doing pretty fucking good. But like the guy that I'm learning from is buying a new supercar every fucking 30 days. Like you're buying a new Ferrari, new fucking Lamborghini, new, like all this shit. So I'm like, there's just a level. There's a different level to the game. And I want to be around the people that have that information so that I can grow faster. The second thing I've learned is that you can't grow past your work capacity. And I think that you need to bootstrap it and fucking basically put your fucking big steel toe boots on for, you know, to get to $10,000 to $15,000 a month. But like once you're at $10,000 to $15,000 a month, dude, if you're still doing this like one-man show bullshit, like no wonder you can't grow because you can't grow into pain. Like every new client that you sign on, you end up having to do more work, but you're already exhausted because you're already doing so much fucking work. So like, you know, once you're at that 10 to 15K a month mark, you need to hire a fucking team and you need to train your team and you need to lead your team. Like you need to develop leadership skills. Leadership skills are not only going to help you buy back your time and get some more time back in your calendar so you can do shit that you love, but it will also help you expand your work capacity for your team. Because if you have 4 people that are working 8 hours a day on your business, now you're going to get 32 hours worth of work done in one fucking day. Whereas if you have you working on your business 8 hours a day, you know, 5 days a week, that's 40 hours of work per week. And so the reason that PT Domination grows, because we have 50 people on our team that work between 4 and 8 hours a day. So like 50 times 4 is between 200 and 400 hours a day of work getting done within the PT Domination ecosystem. So like the bigger your team is, the more work that you can do. And obviously you need to know what work actually leads to the revenue, which is why you need to have a business coach that can fucking coach you on this stuff. But you need a team. And the last thing I think I learned in terms of like this business is the business never outgrows the psychology of its leader, which is why not only am I always pushing myself to be the very best that I can be, Like, I'm like literally like, what do I need to do to level up my fucking fitness? What do I need to do to level up my business? What do I need to do to level up my mindset? How do I level up and become a better husband, a better father, a better leader? Because the more that I level up in every area of my life, the more that the business levels up. And like, I think the business is the ultimate measuring tool for your self-development. Like, look how much money you're making, and that's how developed you are. I honestly believe that, which is why I've always had like monetary goals as a benchmark for my success, because like, I know that the Brian that makes $100 million a year is significantly different from the Brian that makes $10 million a year. So now I'm asking myself, like, what does that $100 million version of me look like? And how do I become that person today and start acting like that so that I can get closer to that goal? So that is it. That is all, you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys got some value from today's episode. If you're listening to this and you want some help growing your online fitness business, like, I got you. Like, the fact that Cole and I have been able to build this business and not only build our business, but help our clients get crazy results. Like, Don Lamb makes $500,000 a month. Janelle makes $300,000 a month. Our client Abraham Anderson makes $240,000 a month. Client Trent Harrison makes $150,000 a month. Like, we've done it ourselves and we're still doing it, and our business is still growing and our clients are getting crazy results. So if you want to learn from somebody that's actually building a business that knows how to build your business, you can send me a DM on Instagram that says 10K and we can have a conversation and I can help you grow. Peace, love, and protein. I hope you guys all have the best day of your entire lives, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.